So today I selected a few news pieces, basically what people are talking about today, and I want to show you uh, what they're saying and add a few comments. So let's go. Let's make this quick. First, a story that caught my attention here on CNN Business says that minimum wage workers can't afford rent anywhere in America. There's a video here that you can watch, and it says that the federal minimum wage is $7.25. I think it's interesting to think about this number and proposals that have been made to raise the minimum wage, right? You can read the story here. I think it's a worthwhile discussion. Another thing that caught my attention is on Bloomberg, and it's very bold headline here. Klobuchar, Amy Klobuchar, who was Democratic candidate uh, for president, uh, along with a bunch of people. People who are not from America maybe think this is weird because a lot of people were chosen for. Uh, just, a lot of people were involved in the picking process of selecting the candidate for the Democratic Party, but for the Republicans, there was only one choice. And that's a discussion that maybe a lot of people outside of the United States want to have, but for Americans, I don't know what that means. She is saying, take this crap off, talking about misinformation on social media. There's currently a discussion about Facebook, and people are even saying that, Joe Biden here said Friday that the platforms are killing people by allowing the spread of false information about vaccination. So this is interesting discussion. It puts responsibility on the company for basically a question of public health. I think uh, people who uh, feel like they're an authority in this kind of discussion should come forward and say what they really think. The thing that called my attention too was on the Verge when they're saying that Android TV is swiping some of Google TV's best features. It just caught my attention because I didn't know there existed an Android TV or Google TV. My TV is still tube, so I just thought this was funny, and that's it. I'm gonna skip this one. There's things here on Wired talking about Jeff Bezos going to space and stuff like that. And, they're talking about Minecraft and stuff like that because that's, uh, they have they like to follow what's going on in technology, and that involves gaming because of the culture and stuff. But I am not interested in reading that. A thing that caught my attention from Brazilian context, and I'm going to talk about Brazil for a little bit and then come back, is that they are considering a name of a woman who is a senator called Simone Tebet. She's 51 and she could be a candidate for president. Uh, they're reporting this at Exame from the group Abril. Not sure what to say about that. And I do have more curiosity about this story here, which is from a internet and phone provider, telecommunications provider, who that was in financial troubles, but now they're investing more, and one of their plans is to provide optic fiber internet, which I'm not sure is a reality or not in different countries, but it provides better infrastructure, let's say, for people who want to use the internet for whatever reason, right? And there's a lot of information here. I think people will be probably, curious to know what they're saying about this provider called Oi. And the report is here at InfoMoney. Also, they're featuring a uh, story on people on TikTok who are getting, lots of views, and sometimes they reach millions of followers. But they interviewed a few people, and they talk about, for example, uh, uh, conservative culture in Brazil, more or less against this new generation, what youth is in 2021. So I think it's an interesting story, but the story represents pretty much a level of uncertainty, especially when it comes to finance of these people who are just turning 18 or getting there. And one of the things that they say is that most of these people have trouble moving out from their parents' home. Uh, I did see an interesting thing from a company that I heard about that is cognizant, and this is again on an international context. There's an interesting video here, building a vision of efficiency. It was published by Healthcare Global, and they're talking here about a partnership of Cognizant with a group called Viatris, I'm not sure, global healthcare company from Pennsylvania. I think this is probably an interesting thing, but for us who don't live in the US, probably what comes to mind is that Americans have to pay for that kind of, again, infrastructure. And last but not least, I saw a story being featured on Vox about Alzheimer's. And again, the question of having to pay for treatments. They say that as many as 47 million Americans could be living with preclinical iterations of the disease. 6 million Americans have been diagnosed with Alzheimer's, right? I have a case like this in my family, so that's why I'm sharing. And what I wanted to do today was just to do a wrap up of things that I saw on the news. If you want to have a discussion that doesn't really go deep into any of these things and focuses more on language and communication in a foreign language, you can talk to me. I changed my handle on Twitter. Now it's the short for participatory fluency, part fluency on Twitter, part fluency, and Fluência Participativa on Instagram and Facebook. You can check my blog, English 101BR, at .wordpress.com. Okay, this is uh, uh, this is it for today. I hope you are doing well, and I have a good piece of news. I just took this thing. All right, take care.